Hey, I need to get up to speed on the patients that you're turning over to me.
Yeah, I'm finishing updating their charts right now.
Okay.
Do you mean that you're gonna trust Drake Jr. to take care of your patients while you're away in London? Now that's what I call real trust.
It's pure desperation, Epiphany. Some of my patients simply can't wait until I get home.
All is being done for a good cause. Baby Drake's waited far too long to see her secret agent Granny.
No, we can't wait. Okay, this one is a non-aggressive tumor. Mr. Nelson is very proactive, very involved in his treatment.
You got him on drug protocol and radiation therapy.
That's right, and we reached that decision through intensive research and a lot of discussion. So if I find out that you've improvised while I was gone...
What were you just saying about real trust, Epiphany?
The role of Lisa Niles will now be played by Brianna Brown.
5 hours, one patient. FYI, I just completely rebuilt this woman's leg, hip to femur. Yes, it is true. I rock.
Congratulations, Steve.
What's the range of motion?
Full mobility. Even better than I expected.
Well, if that's the case, we just had a emergency spinal fusion come into the ER. Do you think you can handle prelim and prep until Dr. Owens gets here?
Oh, forget Owens. I'll do the cutting. Well, I've got my second wind. Okay, get the OR ready, and I'll call you from downstairs.
Are you sure you're ready to do another surgery now?
Absolutely. Patrick Drake's not the only rock star in this town. It's fine. What a mess, huh?
This has got to be tearing you apart inside.
Thank you. I keep telling myself that I can handle it. But I'm walking around with constant anxiety like I'm gonna explode at any minute. I guess what comes around goes around. You know, I've known women to be caught between two men before, and I always thought they were weak, and now I'm the poster child.
You didn't ask for this. Don't torture yourself.
Nicholas is still grieving over Emily, and he's vulnerable.
Oh, so are you. You don't even see it. You're always strong for your sons and for Lucky. And whenever there's a crisis, it's you who wants to take care of everybody else. You want to be the one that everyone else counts on. But who do you get to count on?
Lucky. I realized when we got back together how much I need him. And when I'm with him, I feel very centered and I'm at peace. And my feelings for Nicholas are very different. They hit me in waves. And when I realized he was leaving, I just felt very empty inside. I don't know how any of this happened. I mean, how can I be so in love with Lucky and all of a sudden fall in love with Nicholas too?
Maybe that's progress.
Progress? What, that I'm not only physically unfaithful to Lucky, now I'm emotionally unfaithful to him
Talking
too?
along the lines of letting yourself admit that maybe there's something real between you and Nicholas. That you're not writing it off as temporary insanity or some irrational, attraction. It'll pass like a bad cold.
Are you trying to convince me to be with Nicholas?
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. Peanut.
Oh, don't try to make me feel good. This is way worse than that time that I ruined Mom's favorite heels.
Oh, wearing them outside, playing dress up. You were in your own world. Traipsing around in those shoes and that pink dress. Oh, she used to wear. It was trailing around in the gravel.
I got in so much trouble.
And then there was that movie that you and Sarah wanted to see. And she got to go, and you had to stay home as punishment. You were so miserable.
I know, but you took me out driving in the dirt roads. And you let me steer, which was a really big deal for a 6-year-old. I don't think letting me steer this time is gonna fix anything.
I didn't realize it back then. I was just a teenager myself, but all I wanted to see was my little sister smile again. And in retrospect, I did a smart thing when I let you steer. I gave you power. I put you back in charge, which is what you've got to do for yourself now, Lizzie. You got to stop coming from this place of fear and take control.
Oh, please. If I had any self-control, I wouldn't be here in the first place.
Okay. There you go again. You're bad. It's your fault. You're no good. Come on. There are 3 people involved here. And they are all contributing. even lucky.
It suddenly makes sense. You didn't dump Rebecca because she ran a scam on you. You decided to fall in love with Elizabeth, so you didn't need Rebecca anymore.
My change of heart with Rebecca had nothing to do with Elizabeth. I didn't want to lead her on, so I tried to do the honorable thing and let her go.
You think this is honorable? Compromising Elizabeth and betraying me? For what? Do you even get what you're doing? I mean, you and Elizabeth have been friends for years. She doesn't want that ruined because of some infatuation. And she's terrified that this is going to destroy my relationship with you.
I know that.
Elizabeth had to keep your secret because she wanted to protect me, Nicholas. Do you have any idea the amount of stress that you've put her under?
It's not that black and white.
Give me a little credit. Instead of getting hysterical about what could have happened, I'm focusing on the positive. Dominic got to me in time.
You didn't know that when you were sitting there waiting to die. You know, when Claudia took me hostage, I was scared to death. And I kept looking for a way out, and I didn't see one. And there I was, about to give birth. I suddenly realized how it felt to be completely out of control and to be completely helpless. So I have a little bit of an idea about what you were going through.
I felt like I was outside of my body. I just think that this is going to sound really weird.
Why don't you try me?
Watching the detonator countdown, I knew that it was going to blow me apart, so I didn't want to be inside of my body.
It's funny the ways we choose to survive.
I remember thinking, if I'm going to die, I just want to tell my mom and my dad that I love them. I remember actually thinking, I wish that I had a cell phone. But then Dominic came, and then it was fine, and I give Dominic such a hard time, and I'm always coming down on him about his assignment.
What assignment?
It's just something that he's doing for Sunny. It's not important. The point is that he's come through for me again.
Well, you look like crap.
Thanks. What's the bad news?
Well, Franco got away. Try not to be too excited by that.
Why not? Maybe now you could actually focus on your assignment, which is putting Kryptos behind bars.
You know, I know you'd like it to be that easy. But Franco, that freak, kidnapped Lulu. So that was a game changer for me, okay? So I went back into his old arrest to see if I could find any clue as to where he might have taken her. I went as far back as 2003 when I busted him for tagging adjacent to that murder scene. And I noticed something that I missed before.
But what's the notice? It was a misdemeanor bust.
The evidence list from the murder scene included a book of photography. And on one of the pages, in the margin, was written CO77X, Franco's tag, tying him to the killing in Tribeca. And you know what? I never caught it because you didn't want me to.